Wow, look at that, it steers. Wow.
Hello, this is the third iteration of my flywheel car. The first two shown here, 1, 2, 3, were just like manual operated cars where you would activate them with like the flip of a switch and they would go off. With Flywheel Car 3, one of my main objectives was to make it remote control. So that means that it has a remote and it wirelessly communicates and can be controlled, and controls the car through servos. So this is the final assembly that I came up with. So essentially these are the flywheels. They're rotated, spun up with a drill. They have about 40 times the amount of inertia, or 35 times the amount of inertia as the second flywheel car. They're solid steel and weigh about 8 pounds each. They counter-rotate to cancel out any gyroscopic effects. That flywheel energy is then transmitted back through this drive shaft into the electrical generator. It generates about 30 volts RMS AC voltage, which then goes into this electrical box. It gets rectified, a capacitor stabilizes that voltage, then it goes into a buck converter. The buck converter then outputs 6 volts into a receiver. That receiver then outputs signals and power to the steering servo and the transmission servo. So that's that. Then the drive shaft continues to go back from the generator to the transmission. This is a 2-speed transmission with dogs, like a manual car transmission. It rotates, and if I cancel the animation, then you can see that the servo, when moved, it moves these dogs into the gear, which activates this gear. If you wanted to be in neutral, you'd be here, and if you wanted to be in the other gear, the faster gear, you'd move the servo this way, which would then push it into the other gear. That then connects to the rear axle here. So that's the rear end of the car, but it also has a front end, which is the steering. It uses just a simple servo. The servo transmits its torque through this arm, and it is stabilized down here through a pin. And then that connects to these 2 tie rods, which then go to these knuckles, which move like that. So this steering uses Ackerman steering, which means that the points here point towards the rear axle, the middle center point. It gives it minimal slip when turning between these wheels and to follow the correct path. That is basically it. Everything runs off of the energy stored in the flywheel through this generator. There are no batteries in the car, just a single capacitor or a couple capacitors, and it works great, as you saw in the clip before. Thanks.